Hi, good evening. Today is Friday, February 19th, and we're going to continue on kind of exploring some basic techniques that we can do for both a standing position, tachi waza, as well as suwari waza, or both kind of in the seated position and moving around on our knees. So we'll do a quick review of what we did on Wednesday, which was ikkyo. And then we will go ahead and move into doing iriminage. Once we get past that, if we still have some time, we'll do one or two additional techniques. So with that being said, let's go ahead and stand up. Over here, I'm skipping the tachi this evening so I can make sure we can cover the fine details and give our toes plenty of resting time between sessions. So over here, we're going to do 4 ikkyo omote from shomenuchi. So as that shomen strike comes in, we slide off the line, cut up, cut down. We step with our right foot towards our partner, step with our left foot away. Our right knee comes down, our left knee comes down, hands come down to pin. Up. Okay. Now facing into the camera. Right or mikihami, so my right foot's in front. Okay, that shomen comes in. We slide up off the line, cut up, cut down. Step that left foot towards our partner, step the right foot away. Left knee goes down, right knee goes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay. Okay, so now in the 90s. Okay, left or hidari hami, shomen comes in, we slide, cut up, cut down. Right foot steps towards my partner, left foot steps away. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Did you get that? And hands come down to pin. And up. Okay. Right or mikihami. Shomen comes in. We slide up and off the line. Cut up, cut down. Left foot steps towards our partner. Right foot steps away. Left knee comes down. Right knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay. So for the ukemi, or how we would take the fall, so to speak, for this, as we come in and strike shomen, striking, to the front part of the head, our partner should be moving our head off the line. Okay, there is an ikkyo variant that kind of comes back into our partner. We're not doing that one right now. We're doing the one where the hand comes off the line and it cuts down. As it cuts down, the wrist is higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. If here, our partner moves into us to knock us off balance, then they move away from us, putting our shoulder into the ground to pin. So we're just going to do the ukemi for this one twice. So facing into the camera and facing the way the camera shows. So first one we'll do, partners here left or hidari hami. I'm going to be right or mikihami, striking with my left hand. So as we're here, we step with our left foot, strike shomen. Our partner would get off the line, they cut down. They cut down, my wrist is higher than my elbow, higher than my shoulder. They step in towards me, knocking me off balance, then they step away from me, bringing my shoulder into the ground and tap. Okay, next one's going to be coming into the camera. So, partners here, right or mikihami. I'm here, left or hidari, striking shomen with my right hand. So we're here, we step, we strike shomen. Partner brings the hand offline. As they bring it offline, up, down. Wrist higher than the elbow, higher than the shoulder. They step in towards us, knock us off balance. Then they step away, bringing the shoulder into the ground and tap. Okay, so that was was shomenuchi, ikkyo, omote, waza. Okay, so that was also the front of the body, tachi, standing. Now, for the suwari waza version, as a quick review before we get into it. As we're here, we're going to start on live toes. All right. Again, if you're, I forgot to mention this on Wednesday. If you've got good knees and good legs, you know, do the movements. If you're don't have the best knees and don't have the best mobility, there are other variants that we can show you to help you with that. So as that shomen comes in, we slide off the line, cut up, cut down. Then we shiko or step towards our partner. Then we shiko away and hands come down to pin. Okay, so if you've got good knees or decent knees, please try to do as much of the movement as you can. If you are on a harder surface, I highly recommend before you start this that you get a couple of yoga mats or something so that you can save some wear and tear on your knees. So with that being said, or invest in some good like volleyball knee pads or something to help lessen the impact it puts on your knees. So yeah, we're just going to do this 4 times. So first one, I'll start here left with the guiding kami. Bam. Now as that shoulder comes in, I'm going to slide off the line, cut up, cut down. Now I move my right foot towards my partner, and I move my left foot away. Coming down to in. And up. Okay. So now facing into the camera, I'm right or mikihami, so I've got my right foot in front. So as that shomen comes in, I raise up, cut down, moving to my right side. Okay, now from here, got my partner's arm. I bring my left foot shikoing towards my partner. Now I bring my right foot, move it away, shikoing away, and then bring my hands down to pin. Partner's here on my left side, and I move away. Okay. So 2 more on the 90s. As we're here, left into Hidari Hami. As that shomen comes in, we move off the line, cut up, cut down. Okay? Now we move our right foot towards our partner. Move our left foot away. Hands down to pin. Okay? And then, now right where we can come knee. Here. Shomen comes in, we slide, cut up, cut down. Now we move our left foot towards our partner, move our right foot away. Hands down to pin. Partners on our left side, and we come up. Okay, so go ahead and give your toes a little bit of a rest, and as well as your knees if you want to. Kind of sit with those knees out, yeah. So now for the ukemi, as we're here, we're going to start with our back hand like we normally do. But to do that, what we do is we're going to bring our feet together, up, and then down. Okay, so as we're here, think of bringing the knees together and let that one hip go forward and let that hand come down as that knee comes down. So as we're here, our knees would come together, our hand would come up, then my right hip goes forward. As it comes down, my hand comes down with it, okay? So that's our basic forward motion. Second. Knee, sleep issues. So, as my partner's here, left or Hidari Hami, I'm going to be here, right or midi Hami. So I'm going to be striking with my left hand. So from here, I bring my left foot to my right, left hand raises up, my left foot comes forward, down to strike shomen. Hand would go over, and then they would come down. You notice I'm already pretty low. They move into me, I come down, and as they move away, hand comes down to okay. So one more. As we're here, right or midi hami. My partner is left or hidari hami, striking shomen with the right hand. Okay, so from here, you bring your right knee to your left knee, hand would raise up. Now your right foot comes forward. As it comes forward, hand comes down. So it should be your right hand coming down. Let's go back. So here. Okay, right hand's back. Up here, our right knee comes to our left. Our right hand raises up. Our right leg goes forward. Then comes down, shomen. Yes. Now from here, they would bring it across, down, move in towards us, and then away to finish. Okay. All right, so that was shomenuchi, ikkyo, omote from suwari waza. So both partners are on their knees. Let's go now and do ikkyo ura. We'll start standing. Give those knees a nice little rest. So from here, left or hidari hami, shomen comes in. We step with the right foot, hands are up. We step iriminage, tenkan. Then kaiten, get it back to the front. Our right knee goes down, left knee goes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay. Okay, now facing into the camera. Right or midi hami. Okay, so as that shomen comes in, we step with our left foot. Iriminage. Tenkan. Kaiten. Okay, left knee comes down, right knee comes down. And come down to pin. Yep. Okay. So 2 more on the 90s. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in, we step with our right foot, leading, hands are up. Tenkan. Kaiten. Right knee comes down, left knee comes down. Hands come down to pin. Okay, last one. Right or midi hami. Here. That shomen comes in, we step with our left foot. Leading. Tenkan. Kaiten. Okay, good. Left knee goes down, right knee goes down. Hands go down to pin. Okay. So, ukemi, what should be happening again in an ideal world, is as we come in and strike shomen, our partner gets to our outside. As they get to our outside, they're going to lift up on the elbow. As they lift up on the elbow, my hand comes down. As my fingers come down and they're starting to turn around me, I'm going to start to go behind my back, behind my hip. Once I get behind my hip, I'm going to have to turn the corner. As I turn the corner, I'm going to have to step around it. Remember, there's someone really right behind your body, right behind your hip. So you can't step straight back. You've got to get used to that idea of coming around that corner. Okay, so here we go. Do the ukemi twice. So I'm here, my partner's here, left or hidari hami. I'm here, right or midi, striking with my left hand. So as I step strike shomen with my left hand, my partner gets to my outside. They raise my elbow, bring my hand down. Now my hand's gonna start to come back behind my hip. As it comes behind my hip, I do my left foot around that corner, and I'm gonna keep turning down, keep coming down, and in. Okay? Partner to your right or behind me. I'm going to be left or hidari, striking shomen with my right hand. As we're here, we step strike shomen. Partners on our outside. So elbow comes up, fingers go down. They come around, they're going to come back behind the hip. As they come behind the hip, that right foot is going to turn that corner. We're going to keep bringing ourselves down and into the ground. And okay. So now we're shomenuchi, ikkyo, ura, going back behind the body. Tachi waza, standing. When we want to do it from suwari waza, you notice we have this nice, we're tall, we're relatively tall. We've got these legs so we can move around, we can make a nice spiral. Or down here, well, our legs have really been cut in half, and I don't have a lot of legs to begin with. Not very tall. So it's going to be a lot shorter. So as it's shorter, I would still make the same motion. I'd step forward, irimi, 10 kind. But now from here, if you notice, I may only get to about 3/4 of the way. Reason being, as as I'm here as my shomen, my partner comes back behind me and they start spiraling. I'm already basically on the ground by the time they started their turn. So a lot of how far you can turn will be based on your partner's ukemi level. How good are they at moving, especially in that tight spot, and how good are you at moving yourself at the same time. So there's a lot of things at work in determining how much you're going to move. So if you don't get back all the way to starting where you finish, finishing where you start, don't worry, that's perfectly fine. So here we go. So as we're here, left or hidari kami. As that shomen comes in, we would bring our knees together, have that right knee come forward, irimi, down as we're pivoting. We want to have our hips turn with us. And then we can bring our left knee back. And we may only get 3/4 of the way. That's perfectly fine. And yeah. Okay? So now, right or behind me, facing into the camera. So I got my right knee forward. Shomen comes in. I would bring my left knee to my right. Have my left knee come forward. Hands are up. Hands are up. I'm going to be cutting down. So I'm cutting down. My hips are turning with it. And then I bring my hips around. I may only get about 3/4 of the way and down to pin. Okay, now on the 90s, the last two. Left or hidari kami. Shomen comes in. So the shomen comes in, our right knee comes to our left, right leg goes forward, hands are up. Hands are up. We're going to pivot. As we're pivoting, we're going to bring it back and around and down to pin. Okay. Last one. Right or behind. As that shomen comes in, our left knee comes to our right. Our right leg goes forward, hands are up, protecting. As they're coming, now we're going to cut down. Cut up, we cut down. As we cut down, now we bring ourselves around and down. Okay. So why don't you go ahead and let your toes rest for a second as we describe, just kind of re-describe that ukemi. So as I'm here, I step forward to do shomen. As I do shomen, my partner's gonna, again, they're still lifting up that elbow and bringing that hand behind my hips. But as they bring that hand behind my hips and they cut down, I may only make it about this far before I'm completely on the ground. Okay? So. As you're coming around that circle, as you're coming through here, remember your partner's trying to drill you into the ground. As they're drilling you into the ground, you're going to want to be moving with them. You're going to be putting a little bit of pressure on that left and that forward knee, and then just kind of let yourself come into the ground as kind of as smoothly as possible. I know it sounds weird, but try to make it as smooth of a transition as you can. So partners here to the left, we're going to hami. I'm going to be right underneath hami, striking with my left hand. So my feet come together, left knee to right, left knee comes forward, shomen. My partner's going to get to the outside. So elbow comes up, fingers go down. Now, my hand's coming back behind my hip. I should feel myself being drawn into the mat. As I'm drawn into the mat, I'm going to put my arm down and bring myself all the way down and around and back. Okay. Partners here, right or knee hami. Left or hidari. Striking shomen with my right hand. So bring my right knee to left, hands up, come forward that right knee, striking shomen. My partner's to my outside, elbow comes up, fingers go down. Now, they're going to be bringing it all the way around. As you bring it all the way around, I can bring my hand down and hand. Okay. So that was shomenuchi, ikkyo, ura from suwari waza. And if you notice, there was a little bit of a difference between doing it standing versus doing it on your knees. That theme kind of plays itself throughout in a lot of either suwari waza and or what are hami handachi, where your attacking partner is standing and you're on your knees, where they're going to change just a little bit from when you're both standing up. So for the next one, we're going to do is going to be shomenuchi, iriminage, and I'm going to show kind of the, I call it the more classic iriminage that a lot of people are used to seeing. So I have to use COVID-approved partner. This. So yeah, let your knees rest. Let your knees open. As that shomen comes in, we're going to step to the outside, irimi. Head goes on the shoulder. 10 times. Then we raise up, step through to throw. Again, kind of the bread and butter, most classically observed or variant of iriminage. Shomen comes in, we step on the outside, we do the irimi. Head comes to the shoulder, 10 times. As we're here, we would raise up, and then stepping through to throw. Thank you, Cap. So, without my COVID-approved partner to assist me, as we're here, tachi waza, standing. Shomen comes in, I step. Irimi, 10 count. That hand comes into that shoulder because that's where the head is. This other hand would raise up. And then from here, stepping through to throw. Trying to synchronize that hand coming down with that foot moving as, as good as best you can. So let's go ahead and do this one 8 times. It's kind of a nice one. And we get to stand. So we start here left and hidari hami. As that shomen comes in, we step with that right foot. Irimi. 10 times. Now our right hand's on our left shoulder. Left hand comes up to raise. This is where you have your head on the shoulder. You step through that left foot. Hand comes through to throw. Okay. So now right for mini hami. Shomen comes in. You step with that left foot. Irimi. 10 times. Now that left hand is on that right shoulder. Right hand raises up, raise it up nice and high. And then we step through that right foot to throw. Okay. From here, oh, sorry. Gotta face back into the camera, my bad. So left hidari hami. As that shomen comes in, we step. Irimi. Hand on right hand is on that left shoulder. The left hand raises up. Stepping through with that left foot. Okay, good. Okay, now right or midi hami. So as that shomen comes in, we step, raising the hands. Yep. Okay. Now we tenkan. That left hand comes to that right shoulder. Right hand raises up. Now from here we step through with our right foot to throw. Iriminage. Good. Okay. On the 90s. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in. We step with that right foot. Iri. Tenkan. So that right hand is on that left shoulder. Left hand is up. Step through that left foot to throw. Okay. Right or midi hami. Shomen comes in. We step with the left foot. Iri. Tenkan. So that left hand is on our right shoulder. Right hand is up. Stepping the right foot through to throw. Okay, last two. Left or hidari hami. Shomen comes in, we step. Irimi. Hand on right hand is on the left shoulder. Left hand comes up. Left foot steps through to throw. Okay, last one for the tachi waza. Right or midi hami. Shomen comes in, we step with that left foot. Irimi. Hand on left hand comes to the right shoulder. Right hand comes up. Step that right foot through to throw. Okay, so for the ukemi, as I'm here and I strike shomen, my partner's going to get back behind me. They're going to be bringing my head around. As they bring my head around, I'm going to make that circle again, and then they're going to have my head on their shoulder. If I'm here where my shoulders over my hips, head's over my shoulders, pretty hard to throw because I'm balanced. My partner ideally has me in this position where my head and shoulders are off my hips. A lot easier to throw from here. As they step through the throw, I can step back, down, tuck, and pull. Okay, so we'll do this one 6 times. So we'll do 4 this way and then 2 from the nights. So my partner's here, left or hidari hami. I'm going to be right or midi, striking with my left hand. So as I step strike shomen, my partner steps behind me, irimi. As I do that tenkan, if you want to, you can even kind of do it to yourself. Put your own hand on the right side of your head, and then bring yourself around. We come 180 degrees. Now from here, as they raise up, those shoulders should be off the hips as they step through. Then step your left foot back, down to your left knee, tuck, and roll. Okay, partners here, right or midi hami, left or hidari, striking with the right hand. So they step strike shomen. My partner's going to step around now. I'm going to take my head, and as they do that tenkan, I bring myself around, turn 180 degrees. They raise up, shoulders are off my hips. Now from here, as they step through, I step my right leg back, down to that right knee, tuck, and roll. Okay, facing into the camera now. So my partner's here, left or hidari hami, right or midi, striking shomen with my left hand. So I step strike shomen. Partner's going to come back from behind me. They're going to bring my head over to my left side. I'm going 180 degrees. As they raise up, my shoulders should be up my hips. They step through, I step with my left leg back, down to my left knee, tuck, and roll. Okay, partners here, right or behind me. I'm left or hidari. Striking shomen with my right hand. So I step straight. Shomen. Partner's gonna get back behind me. Then I'm gonna bring my head around my right side. So I come around to the right, 180 degrees. They pick up my chin, shoulders are up my hips. They step through, right foot comes back, down to the right knee, tuck, and roll. Okay, 2 more. So, partners here, left or hidari knee. I'm here, right or midi. So I step, strike, shomen with my left hand. They get to my outside. They bring it around my left foot. I come 180 degrees. They raise up, shoulders are off my hips. They step through, left foot comes back, down to the left knee, tuck, and roll. Okay, last one. Partners right or behind me. Here, left or hidari. I'm going to step strike, shomen with my right hand. My partner gets behind me. They're going to bring myself over onto the right side. I get 180 degrees. They raise up. Shoulders are off the hips. As they step through, I step back with my right foot. Down to my right knee. Tuck and roll. Okay. So that's the standing or tachi waza version. Now, if we want to do it from the suwari waza or kneeling position, for we're both in the kneeling position, it's going to require a little adjustment. Would be a lot easier. My bad. So, as I'm here, as that shomen comes in, I do my same thing. I step, irini, 10 count. Now, as I raise, as you can imagine, I have a body really right in front of me. So I can't really step through. So the way I like to do my throw is my new front foot, I literally move that hip back and cut down right in front of my own center line. So as I'm here, I move my foot back and then cut right down this middle. Because if I'm here, my partner is really right there. I can't quite step through them. What I mean by that is, as I'm here, when I start shomen, and my partner brings me all the way around, I'm going to be in this position. If you notice, it's kind of hard for me to move out of the way. So when they throw, throwing right to this middle. Okay, so, and again, this is the way I like to do this iriminage throw. There's a couple of different variants, but this is the one I like because when I finish it that way, I actually get an arm bar and a little bit of a choke at the same time. Don't tell anybody. So, we have enough time to do this a few times, so let's try this together. And if you don't like this way, let me know and I can show you a different version, okay? So, as we're here, left or hidari behind me. As that shomen comes in, we would bring our right foot to our right knee to our left knee, bring our right knee forward. As we're here behind our partner, we bring them around and coming back up to this position with our left foot back a little bit. Left foot back a little bit more. Yeah, just like that. Good. Julie, just bring the left knee back a little bit more. So split your hips. Okay, now from here, what I like to do is I'll move my right leg out of the way. So I'll just move to the side and then cut right down the middle. And then from here is where I have my arm bar. Okay, so right or knee on me. And from here, that shomen comes in. Our left knee comes to our right knee. Our left knee goes forward. we're behind our partner. As we're behind our partner, we bring this around. As we bring it around, we come back to our right leg is back. Yep, it's okay. Good. Right hand is up. Now from here, I'll move my left foot, left knee out of the way, and then cut right down into my middle. Okay. Facing into the camera. As we're here, shomen comes in. We step with that right foot forward. Irimi. 10 count. Raising up. So our left foot is back, our left foot is back. Left hand is up. We move the right knee off to the side, cutting down. Okay, right or knee behind me. So over here. Okay, so our left knee comes to our right knee. Now we bring our left knee forward. We'd be right here. Yeah, there you go. We'd be behind our partner. So as we're behind our partner, we're now going to need to bring our right knee back and around. So we bring our right leg back and around, raising up. Now from here, we move our left foot back a little bit, and then cut right down to the middle. Okay, just another minute or two. Left hidari hami. So, shomen comes in, our right knee comes to our left. Right knee goes forward. We're here behind our partner. Our right hand is behind our head, coming around here. Raising up our left hand, our left foot is back. Now from here, we move our right, we open up our right hip, cutting down right into our middle. All right. Okay, right knee behind me. As we're here, left foot comes to right, left foot goes forward. Left hand is behind our partner, comes to our shoulder. As it comes to our shoulder, we bring our right knee back, raising up our right hand. We move our left hip out of the way, cutting down to the middle. Okay, good. Okay, last two. Time for the last two. If your toes and knees, don't worry, you don't have to. As we're here, shomen comes in. As it comes in, right knee comes to the left, right knee goes forward, right behind him. We bring our right hand to our left shoulder, bringing our left hip back. Raising up our left hand, we open up that right hip, cutting down. Okay, last one. Right or knee behind me. Same by the back. Okay. What was that?
Can you just do it one more time so I can watch it?
Yeah, no. So actually, I can do it with. We don't have to worry about too much about the hands. I can show you real quick, kind of what the legs are doing.
Yeah, or how you get that one leg all the way around.
Yeah. So it's here and here, as it comes to here now. But you don't want to start there. So a way to break it down is here, and then as you're gonna do that 10 count, go ahead and right now kind of raise that knee up just to make it easier on the transition. So what you want to get to doing right now is just moving forward. The whole turning stuff comes as you get more and more comfortable because it requires that you move. And if you notice, as I'm moving, I don't really rest my weight much on my knees. So the easy way to think about doing that turn, like I said, is here, and then as you're coming around, lift that knee up for right now, and then just let it come back. That way your body gets used to that motion of bringing it back. Because what I don't want you to do, and just because I did it for a while, is you dragging your leg across, because it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt a lot. On the toes as well as on the knees, because you're gonna start scraping. So I would recommend, especially at the beginning, any turning stuff, bring the knee up, and then let it come down to where you get to where into that position. Personal recommendation. Does that make sense? Okay, so. Domo arigatou gozaimashita. Okay, thank you all very much for those of you here in person as well as those of you online. We do have our annual meeting, which will be where we do elect the board of directors. We are a 501(c), a nonprofit, so every year we do have to have an election for a new board. So please come. The Zoom link should have been sent out. If you did not get it, please email the dojo to let us know, and so that way we can send you a link. So stay warm, stay safe, have a good night. Bye. And again. In. More in. Oh, that's gonna help. Okay, get up and down. Eat, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, take shoulder, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, shoulders up and back, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, up and forward, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, cross, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, diagonals, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju, twist away, each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, circle to the right, reverse to the left, and reverse knee. Each, sun, sheep, go, rope, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, we get to the middle of the ground arm. Get to the middle, back behind your feet, up, back, forward. We get to the ground, to the middle, behind the feet, up, stretch back, forward, middle, back behind the feet, and up, jump, back. Okay, down to the right side, left foot as flat as possible. Okay, switch over to the other side, right foot as flat as possible. Okay, back over to the right side, onto your left heel. Okay, switch, your left side, right heel. All right. Up, feet together. Bend those knees. Rotate them counterclockwise. Each, eight, san, shi, go, ro, shi, tachi, ku, ju. Clockwise. Each, eight, san, shi, go, ro, shi, tachi, ku, ju. Okay. Let's go ahead and get down into Seiza. Okay, to Kubitori wrist stretches. So when we're doing ikkyo, just kind of a point of reference, go ahead and put that palm kind of on the knuckles. That way you can really flex that wrist, okay? Keep those elbows down, keep those shoulders down, and try to keep it upper center as best you can. So each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Now same thing with the right hand, and each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, nikyo, so left pinky up, right thumb is on top. Make sure that that other palm is flat on the back of that hand, and bring that pinky back to each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, same thing with the right hand, right pinky on top, left thumb up over it, and bring it back. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, sankyo, palms out, other palm bring it in, and twisting that palm out. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, switch over, other hand, and same thing. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Kotegaeshi. Now again, make sure that palm flat on the back of the hand and turn the wrist out. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Now same thing with the other hand and twist. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, Shimonage, stretch. Get that palm flat on the left side and rotate. Each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, now same thing with the other hand and each, ni, san, shi, go, ro, shichi, hachi, ku, ju. Okay, shift those wrists out a little bit. Left hand is back, right hand comes up, going back down to that left elbow, reach that right hand across. Okay, up. Right hand is back, left hand is up, and back to that right elbow, reach that left hand across. Okay, up. Okay, get both hands back. You do both hands and try to get down to your elbows. You can get down to your elbows comfortably, then try to lay all the way back. And up. Okay. Put that right foot out. Bring that left foot in. Keep that left knee down as best you can. And right hand out to that right foot. Now bring that left hand to that right foot. Now try to bring that chest down to that right knee. Up. Okay, over. Left foot out, right foot in. Try to get that right knee down. Left hand out to that left foot. Now bring that right hand to that left foot. Now bring that chest down to that left knee. And up. Okay. Spread out as wide as is comfortable. Okay, both hands over to the right side. Up. Both hands over to the left side. Up. Okay, both hands to the middle. And up. Okay, in. Let's go ahead and we'll do the ukemi first, and then we'll do a little bit warming up, to get our toes and our knees ready, so that we can do the suwari waza stuff with hopefully minimal amount of discomfort. So we're going to go ahead and make sure we're going to start with the ushido ukemi, or the back rolls. You got all the room, so use as much of the room as you need. Okay, so remember, tuck that chin, keep those hands between your knees, between your shoulders, and try to breathe as normal as possible as you go all the way through. Okay, so we're going to try to do 10 together. So tuck and each. And make sure you change. Knee. Sun. Shi. Go. Rope. Shichi. Tachi. Ku. Ju. Okay? Okay, yeah, you want to move it over your head there.
Yeah, like that first, we're all fine.
I was gonna say, yeah. I was gonna say all the other ones look great, and then the
Yeah.
one where I kind of look, and that's what it always is.
The stress of being watched.
What's that?
The stress of being watched.
Exactly. You can ask Maureen all about that. She'll. But from what I saw, even before that one, they all look really good. Same thing. Even your left side looked pretty good too. It's better. It's again. Again, as long as it progresses forward, it's all good. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and do the forward roll, which is my ukemi. So, kind of, it's really just the reverse of the backwards roll. So, when I do my forward roll, what I like to do is have one side slightly forward. I put my hands down, and when I put my hands down, this lead hand turns back and actually comes through this little hole that I create with my shoulder, with my arm, and my leg. As it comes through, that lead shoulder comes to the ground, and now my opposite leg kicks back. As it kicks back, I kind of just put weight going forward, and then just let myself go forward. You can also use that back leg to help push you forward if need be. So as we're here, so now I've got my left side forward, my left hand comes all the way through. I now straighten out my right leg. So as I straighten out my right leg, I've got my chin tucked. I need to get the weight onto this left shoulder. I can use that foot to help give me a little boost, a little push forward. And I want to try to go, yeah, that's nice, on a diagonal from my lead shoulder to my opposite hip. Okay? So let's go ahead and try to do 10 of these. Try to do from the ground, just so you get the maximum amount of contact as possible. And each knee, San, Chi, Wo, Ro, Shichi, Tachi, Ku, Ju. Okay, just can you do one more on each side, please? On your left side, at least this is my observation. I don't know if this is what it feels like. And I want to see if it was something that I was catching or not catching. You're starting over fine, but then you're trying to let your left leg come in first. So as this goes over, that outside one comes in first. For some reason on your left side, you're trying to bring your left foot in first. And it looks like it's twisting you up just a little bit because what I'm noticing is when you're finishing, you're like, let's see, one, maybe two. Sure. Okay, so let's try one together. Let's go ahead and face the same way. All right, so instead of starting so square, kind of, for lack of a better term, kind of blade yourself. Are you right or left-handed? You're left-handed?
Oh, depends on what I do, but yeah.
Like what's your primary hand for writing and fine motor skills?
We'll say left.
Huh?
We'll go with left.
Okay, so then put your left side forward. So as you put your left side forward, because generally what I recommend is people, wherever your dominant side, work on that side first, because it's going to have a little bit better defined motor skills. And then as you're slightly bladed, let's go ahead and get to this part where you get to that left shoulder onto the ground. And then you have your right hand kind of propping up a little bit. And then from here, just slowly let your body just kind of come over. There you go. Yeah. All right. Okay, let's try it again with the left side forward again, please.
The left side?
Yes. Again, whatever is going to be your, okay, and then turn the hand, as weird as it sounds, turn your left hand palm down. Yep. Okay, good.
Oh, yeah, I've never done that.
Okay, good. Yes, there you go. That's it.
I've never put my palm out.
Yeah, it sounds really silly, but I like the palm down method. Some people teach the palm up. I like the palm down method because then I don't have to articulate my shoulder in any different way because it naturally goes like this. When I do this, I feel like I want to hold or cradle something. Here, I want to keep pushing. As I keep pushing, it just lets me kind of just push off and move from there.
No, that makes sense. I've never.
Yeah. And everyone teaches a little different. This is just, again, this is my take on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and next we'll move into stretching out the toes and the knees. So let's go ahead and I'll start on the 90-degree first. So as we're here, I'm just doing the 90 degrees so you can see my feet there. So you can see my toes. So as I'm here, this is what we call our live toe position. To kind of stretch it out, one thing I like to do is I'll put my hands kind of in front of my knees a little bit or even next to my knees. And then I will kick my hips up and back. Then bring them back down in that flexed position. It's going to feel very uncomfortable. Up and back. Down and flexed. Up and back. Down and flexed. Two more, up and back, down and flexed, and last one, up and back, down, and flex. Yeah, right now, go ahead and just let those toes rest. And that stays that position. The next one, I like to do in this kind of facing forward, so you can kind of see what we're gonna do. So, a lot of times I'll be up on my knuckles, that's just, I'm a knuckle driver. So as I'm here, I'm gonna get it back up on those toes. But as I stay on those toes, I'm gonna come down. As I come down, my knees are gonna come forward. Then up and down, up and down. And I use my hands to take the weight off so that I'm just flexing on the toes a little bit, stretching out those tendons without putting any undue stress. And then as I come back down, same thing. So let's get up on your toes, come all the way down. So the knees are forward. Okay, now as we come up, we kind of splay or flare the knees. Then we come down and bring the knees together. Up and out, down and in. Up and out, down and in. Okay, one more. Up and out, down and in. Two more. Up and out, down and in. The last one. Up and out, down and in. Okay, now again, just let those toes rest a little bit. Again, it should kind of feel a little uncomfortable because you're stretching ligaments and ligaments or tendons. You're stretching items that we normally don't stretch because we walk around in shoes all the time. So, as a quick review, we'll go ahead and we'll do ikkyo omote, standing first. Then we'll go ahead and go into the suwari waza where we'll move on our knees. Then we'll do ura, same thing. And let us start standing up.